Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. The boycott is on. Radicals have descended upon ABC, Disney Studios, and they are issuing some extreme demands. But this is turning out to be a real nightmare for Disney, and we're going to unpack this because conservatives should be thrilled about what they are demanding. But before we get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, dozens of activists descended upon ABC, Disney Studios, demanding that Jimmy Kimmel be put back on the air. Apparently, they didn't get the memo that he was lying his ass off and trying to blame MAGA supporters for a left-wing extremist named Tyler Robinson politically assassinating Charlie Kirk at a TPUSA event that was live-streamed and witnessed by children. So they think this kind of behavior is perfectly fine. They've celebrated it. Even, we had Rainn Wilson from The Office saying that him and his actor buddies, they were all thrilled about what happened with Charlie Kirk. And they were celebrating it. And this is indicative of what's been going on in the industry. But we had this protest at ABC Disney, and it gets even worse because there have been so-called talent like one of the main writers for Lost, the kind of weird television series that went off the rails some time ago. And he said he's going to boycott working for Disney. We have this left-wing influencer named Joe from Jers, who's, complete sellout, obviously. But she said that the leftists should boycott Disney. No, don't. Please don't boycott Disney with all of its woke propaganda. We really are afraid of that. Please don't boycott them. This would be a devastating blow to Disney. Anyways, just kidding about that. Obviously, Disney might be getting the memo that left-wingers are not their friends and they are hurting them in the sphere of public opinion because there have been a lot of quarters in a row where they have failed to increase their stock price. Their earnings have not been great, and they have lost a lot of cultural influence because they went down a really dark and weird path, and Americans are not going along for the ride. So they overshot their cultural influence. They have tried to warp the national conversation for quite some time, and so we encourage leftists to boycott Disney and please stop working with them and, because they're not going to change their ways. Disney obviously owns ABC and runs other networks such as ESPN. They're trying to have a merger to get the NFL network permanently. And so there are some backroom merger sort of politics going on here. And Bob Iger obviously is sensitive to that at the helm of Disney. So there's a lot of calculation going in here, but whining leftists is not a huge part of the consideration for getting rid of Jimmy Kimmel, who has been bleeding viewers for a decade and whose earnings are going way down. Advertisers don't like him. And, Americans generally don't like him, and he is really a lost cause. He won't even apologize for this idiotic and misleading things that he said, trying to frame MAGA supporters for Charlie Kirk's assassination and potentially put them in the crosshairs of another act of political violence. So, yeah, your time at ABC is up, and you're no longer serving the public interest, and we don't have any need for lying jackasses to be on the air. So, good riddance, Jimmy. And maybe you should take some time to introspect and think about all the horrible things that you're saying on air, including about people who got COVID and should die unless they are mandated into getting jabs, and numerous other things that you've said in the past that have been quite ghoulish and disrespectful and disgraceful. So, bye, Jimmy. And let's keep the boycott going. If you want to join the boycott, let's do it. So thank you for watching Explain America. Weigh in with your own thoughts below.